talk about The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, also Winston Duke. Winston Duke, he played in Black Panther. He was the leader of the other tribe that challenged him in the first Black Panther for the right to be Black Panther. I forget it, Ngogwu, whatever his name is. But then you got Ryan Gosling, played in a bunch of stuff. I think most people know him from Barbie. Also, he played Alan in Remember the Titans. For all my people who are Denzel and Remember the Titans fan, Alan was that guy that Petey went to go replace. His dad was yelling from the stands and stuff. But yeah, he's turned out to be quite the actor, to be honest. But Fall Guy was basically, it was kind of a play on words as a title, because it was basically about a stuntman who was one of the best stuntmen in the game, and he basically was a stuntman for one of the the most popular actors out there. End up hurting himself on the job, stepped away, begged to come back, and it became a plot to try to set him up to be the fall guy for a larger plot, for a larger story. So it just wasn't a point about following the stuntman. No, the stuntman became an action hero, and basically, got framed for a crime and had to clear his name. So, long story short, he was dating one of the ladies on the set. He had an accident on the job, which I'm not gonna tell any spoilers. I try not to. That'll mess up the movie. He had an accident on the job. And then he just steps away from being a stuntman after the accident. And went to go park cars. They begged him to come back. Came back. The lady he was dating that worked on the set, she now was getting her first shot at directing her first sci-fi movie, her first movie in general. They didn't tell her that they was getting him to be the stuntman, and they basically had, he basically cut her off after breaking his back on a job. The accident, and what's so crazy about it is, it's funny how you go through something traumatic as he did, hurting himself on the job to the point where he didn't want to be a stuntman no more. And women, you do something like, women can't really understand you. So they split on you. So they stopped talking, they met up or whatever, and then basically, it was a plot to frame him. It was a plot to frame him, man. And he basically had to clear his name, and he found something to clear his name, then it got destroyed, and he basically, trying to, find this intricate plot to, to clear his name. And it was action. It was, kind of give you a look into the stuntman. The person that directed it, I forget his name, he was actually a stuntman in Hollywood. And they do all the dirty work, they do all the tricks, they do all the jumps, the flips, the car jumps, the set on fire, and that shit can be dangerous. I mean, shit, we seen Alec Baldwin send somebody to the upper room, and because the gun was supposed to have blanks and have real things in it. So imagine being a stuntman. Money probably not even worth it. Money ain't even worth it. He trying to make sure old girl her director debut her movie is the best that it can be. And he doing stunts, and then he turn around, not only doing stunts, he trying to uncover, because what eventually happened was the actual actor that was the actor, they hadn't found him. So he had to go on a mission to try to find an actual actor. That's, and as he go on a mission to find what happened to the actor, where he been at, he end up, been framed for the actor going to the upper room. So, he got to clear his name off of that. So, honestly, man, it was a really, really good movie, man. I first seen the previews, and sometimes, the previews look good. You see any movies where you be like, well, the previews is good, and then you go see the movie, it's trash. But it was the storyline that caught me. The previews and the storyline. And, it wasn't no per se evil Knievel type stuff. He did do some wild shit, but it was kind of, you know, it's kind of was showing like what the stunt men do. People don't think about the stunts and all that. You got certain people that do their own stunts. Think, was it Keanu Reeves or is it Tom Cruise at one point did their own stunts and stuff of that nature? That make it a lot easier. You seen, you know, the technology they use to try to cover their face, and they have to reshoot or redo stunts. If you know people feel like, oh, it's a bad angle, or we can tell it's not him, and you know, now with technology they got CGI and all that type stuff. So like I said, it's interesting, man. It's very, very interesting to kind of see the work that goes into the movie. And I think some people just don't know, like, you know, stunt doubles, directors, makeup artists. I mean, that's a lot that go into a movie. Crashing up, burning up cars, and you know, to me, man, I think it was a really cool movie. You know, you see stuff as far as them former relationships. Oh, this lady got a BBL. This girl mama got a BBL, and it's terrible. What is going on, man? Her daughter got to be embarrassed, bro. Like, what do they? I'm sorry, y'all. Like, this, I don't put people on camera, but man, that's an embarrassment. What do they be thinking? Back to the movie, but I found it very interesting, and some people obviously got different views of movies and whatever, and we all got different tastes when it comes to movies, right? But in my opinion, you know, my taste in movies at this point, yeah, I like an action movie, but I like a storyline. I like to learn stuff. I like things that have, you know, deeper thoughts, you know what I'm saying, and complexities to it, you know, or just something different. So I felt this was different, man. It wasn't a remake to the remake, or it wasn't a recontinuation of a movie, whatever. It was an original movie, man. I like to see more stuff about that. We don't really think about, like, when you think about sports teams for, you know, for comparison. Hold on, when you think about sports teams for a comparison, what you think about? You know, you just think about them going to play a sport, but we don't look at it as us going to work. It's like if we go to work, right? You know, you got bad attitudes, you got coworkers, you got to deal with this person, that person. This person might be better at their job, but they not here, and you just dealing with all the melting pots. You don't look at a sports team or a movie set like that. We don't look at it like that. But in reality, it's a job. Jonathan Majors got in trouble for messing with a makeup artist, and I think a lot of us we didn't figure out that, you know, that you don't mess with people you work with. I've never really heard too many of them success stories. I know one couple that got married and at the plan, and you know, they ended up getting divorced, and his money was going right across the line to her and her daughter, or her and her son. So, you know, you got to go up to work every day and see your ex-wife, you know, probably mess with somebody else, making you jealous and spending your bread. Nasty work. But overall, I'll give that movie a 7.7 out of 10. But, you know, I'm gonna start doing re-reviews on movies, going at home and rewatching them at the crib a couple times and doing re-reviews. I think that'd be smart. I remember Friday. People didn't know how great Friday was today. Seen it on VHS and got it to the crib, and it became a hood classic. But hey, check out the movie review playlist. Hit the link tree. Check out the Patreon. Appreciate that. Check me out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Kick, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.